All right, it's Bill here, and here's my thoughts on a 4-1 victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Laval Rockets. Let me get into the game. First of all, the Montreal Canadiens are a piss poor. That's a bad team. That team would have struggled to beat the Rockford Ice Dogs last night. It was bad. So let me get into the game. I don't want to get into too much of it because, again, it was just a bad team that was playing. Shots on net in the first period, 7-2. But the Leafs started off, I thought it was a little bit flat. I thought Montreal was coming at them pretty good. And then it became a little bit of a boring period. But here is the exciting news for everybody. Are you all ready, everybody? I have a Ryan Reaves report that just breaks the bank tonight. Are you ready? Ryan Reaves, 0 goals. 1. He's got a 1 on the assists. 1 point, 1 plus minus, 0 shots on net, 0 penalty minutes in 12 minutes and 20 seconds hockey. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the fighter for Montreal was in the lineup tonight, and they were against each other all the time. And I saw 0 fights. The only fight I saw was whatever Ty Domi and Don't Call Me Dennis Savard had. So let's get... There you go, Ryan Reaves report. We got 1 point on that Ryan Reaves report. Well done. Anyways, I thought the Leafs were pretty... The third line for the Leafs wasn't bad. Again, it was pretty decent. Robertson was going, and then we had Max Pacioretty pull Miami. Ooh. Now, I will say, how many hits did he have? He had 2 hits. He's banging. I'll tell you, Max is banging. Thought he was hitting really well, and then all of a sudden it was the weirdest thing. He's on a draw, he kind of gets pushed a little forward, and next thing you know, he's grabbing, and then he has to be carried off the ice afterwards. That's no good. That's no bueno. We're not seeing him for a while. So I guess that kind of means that I got to put up with Ryan Reaves a little bit more, because probably Connor Dewar gets in the lineup. Or I guess when Matthews is back, we'll see what happens. But again, the Montreal Canadiens, this is... Like you're doing a prime series on a rebuild, and that's what you got for your rebuild? Nick Suzuki, what a night, bud. This team's terrible. Montreal's a bad team. How do you choose? Slavkowski can't even take a pass. A first overall pick can't take a pass. Who else is like that? Oh yeah, a guy named Johnny T. But we'll talk about him in just a second. First period, the goal, Connor Timmins. That was the one that Ryan Reaves got an assist on. Josh Anderson, how are you not sitting on the... there's a horrible signing. Josh Anderson usually only scores against the Leafs, but tonight he was bad. He took a route to go to Timmins. Timmins made one move on him, and Josh Anderson he wasn't even in the area code of Connor Timmins. But so Reaves puts the puck back to Benoit. Benoit over to Timmins, who fans on the shot. Josh Anderson goes for the puck. Timmins makes a little spinorama move, and Josh Anderson's nowhere to be found. And then Timmins gets to walk down Broadway and lets it rip, and it goes off the back of a defender and in the net. 1-0 Leafs. 7 shots to 2 in the first period. And then the second period became the penalty fest. Lots of penalties, lots of power plays, and the Leafs, for some reason now, cannot not score on the power play. But let's talk about the second goal. William Nylander started from his own end, and at not one point did a Montreal Canadien even get close to him. So there was probably a video back. I forget when that video was. There's some guy who seems to know what he's talking about. Would that be me? Who said stop letting Mitch Marner and Matthews carry the puck on the power play? Maybe give it to William Nylander and see what happens. Oh, did I say that? Because William Nylander took the puck, went down the middle. Savard bit on the pass, because they always pass it over to Tavares. Now, why are you covering Johnny T? That's not brilliant. So the one defender's gone, and Lane Hudson. This is your number one defender. Woo! Lane Hudson's got some vibes. You know what those vibes are? They're the Jakey Gardner vibes. They're the Scarecrow vibes. You don't want them vibes. whatever Lane Hudson tried to stick check Willie Nylander. What are you doing? William Nylander makes him look like a fool, and it's 2-0. That's how you get the puck in on the power play. You give it to Willie. Willie's better with the puck than Nylander and Matthews. Give it to Nylander, and watch. He doesn't pass it to the boards like every single time Marner and Matthews do. He went right down the middle. Lane Hudson, maybe the worst defensive play since Jake Gardner, and it's 2-0. Then the Leafs get a penalty, and Mitchie, shorthanded goal. The Leafs today 3-1 in special teams in goals, and 1 5-on-5 goal, which was the Connor Timmins goal, and they won the game. And Joseph Walden, he played good because the third period. Well, we'll get into that just a second. But the shorthanded goal, what a just a great play. So. You got I forget, was it who did Montreal trade like a first round pick to get what's the guy from Chicago? He's supposed to be so good. He's supposed to be the next coming when Chicago. Oh yeah, Kirby Dach. Montreal. You are the Ottawa Senators / Buffalo Sabres. You're going to be rebuilding for quite a while. Because that was awful. Kirby Dach blows a tire. It's a 2-on-1, the slowest 2-on-1 in the history of. Surprised Johnny Tay wasn't on that one. Pass over to David Kampf, who looked like he blew it, but it was a great play by Marner to stay. See, call a spade a spade. That was a nice play. Put it back to Marner, who's in front of the net, and you score. And then he's talking about bringing in a hug or something like that. And then it's hug time. We should all give out hugs. 3-0. And then shortly after that, usually this doesn't happen. It's very, very rare that a team gives up a shorthanded goal and then scores a power play on that exact same play. But Brendan Gallagher bats it out. Looked like Jose Batista or Timmy Raines. If we're gonna make a big callback to, you'd be surprised. I used to watch baseball a long time ago before strike. I was a Montreal Expos fan, so. I loved Grissom, Walker, and Alou in the outfield, but Brendan Gallagher did his best impression of, let's say, Delino DeShields, and bats it in and makes it 3-1. The third period, the Leafs just slow. Or sorry, before we get in the third period. Then we got Johnny T. Scores a power play goal, makes it 4-1. I want you to watch that power play goal. So Marner passes it over to him. It took him, I could have gone to Tim Hortons. I went to Belleville yesterday, or Bell Vegas yesterday, for a 90th birthday party, which was great. But on the way home, there was the 401 was shut down because a transport truck had unloaded its load a little early and put it on the road. So we were a little bit slow in this one little section. I could have got to the 401 quicker than Johnny T did that little spin to take the shot. And then Mike Matheson, what are you doing? Johnny T shoots it, gets the rebound, shoots it again, and Mike Matheson's staring at it. If I were a Montreal Canadiens fan, man, that's tough today to watch that nonsense. It was tough watching it for you, okay? But Johnny T buries it. Now, I see everyone's telling, well, Johnny T's playing awesome, Bill. Why aren't you you say you call everything great. He's not playing awesome, okay? If you want to know why I dislike Johnny T immensely, it's because he's going to hurt us in the playoffs. He doesn't, in the third period, there's 10:22 to play. 10 minutes and 22 seconds left in that third period. Please, if you did get the PVR or you can get the game, go to the 10-minute and 22 mark of the third period. There's 10 minutes left, 22 seconds left in the third period. Watch whatever that is in terms of skating. That's why. How many 5-on-5 goals does Johnny T have this year? Yeah, not a lot, bud. He's Johnny T. Kerr, power play specialist. Let him go on the power play, no problem. But he hurts us 5-on-5. I'm sorry, he does. If you don't think he hurts us 5-on-5, if you think he's a good 5-on-5 player, we disagree. We disagree. Especially when you're paying $11 million for the guy. And it doesn't matter. He's been bad since day. I can get him on Johnny T rant. I'm not going to get on Johnny T rant. The Leafs won, so let me go. But please stop telling me that Johnny T's good. He's not. Anyways, So made it 4-1, goes in the third period. In the third period, the Leafs went to sleep. Joseph Wall had to make a couple nice saves. But at the end of the day, Montreal Canadiens weren't able to score another goal. There was no action in the third period. And your score is 4-1. So 3 straight wins over the Boston Bruins, Montreal Canadiens, and Detroit Red Wings. And we get the Ottawa Senators on Tuesday. Again, to me, it was... The Montreal Canadiens are a very, very, very bad team. You should stop the Amazon series. Maybe you should have a different name for it, like I don't know, how to embarrass fans. It's like putting Nylander on the Prime series. Montreal's got a long way to go. Long way to go. And what does that do for me? Puts a smile on my face. See you on Tuesday. Cheers.